The day everything felt like it was falling apart, Jake wasn't having a good day. Actually, that wasn't true. He wasn't having a good month. He sat in his car outside a small grocery store in a quiet suburban neighborhood, staring at the steering wheel like it held answers. The engine was off, but he hadn't moved in 10 minutes. His phone buzzed again. Another message. Another reminder of everything going wrong. He didn't even need to check it. He already knew what it was. Bills. Deadlines. Missed calls. Expectations he felt like he was slowly drowning under. Jake leaned his head back and let out a long breath. Just get it together, he muttered to himself. But getting it together felt impossible lately. The weight he didn't talk about. From the outside, Jake's life looked fine. He had a decent job, not amazing, but stable. He had a small apartment, nothing fancy, but comfortable. Friends? Sure, a few. But inside, things felt different. Every morning felt heavier than the last. Getting out of bed felt like a battle. Smiling felt like a performance. And lately, even the smallest things, like going into a grocery store, felt overwhelming. Today was one of those days. A simple errand. That didn't feel simple. Jake finally grabbed his keys and stepped out of the car. The cool air hit his face, and for a moment, he just stood there. People walked past him casually, laughing, talking, carrying bags like life was just normal. How do they do it? He thought. He shook his head and walked inside. The store was warm, filled with the soft hum of conversation and the faint sound of music playing overhead. He grabbed a cart, even though he only needed a few things. Milk, bread, eggs. Simple. At least, it should have been. The moment that broke him, Jake walked through the aisle slowly, almost aimlessly. He picked up a carton of milk, then stood there, staring at it like he forgot what he came for. That's when it hit him. Not all at once, but like a wave slowly rising and then crashing. Everything. The stress. The pressure. The feeling of not being enough. The fear that maybe he was falling behind in life. His chest tightened. His hands felt cold. And before he could stop it, a tear rolled down his cheek. He quickly turned away, pretending to check something on his phone. Not here, he whispered. Not now, but sometimes, you don't get to choose when it all comes out. An unexpected voice. Hey, you okay? Jake froze. He wiped his face quickly and turned around. An older man stood a few feet away, holding a basket with just a few items inside. Nothing special about him. Just ordinary. Gray hair, worn jacket, kind eyes. Jake forced a small smile. Yeah, I'm good, he said automatically. The man didn't move. Didn't look convinced. Doesn't look like it, he said gently. Jake hesitated. Part of him wanted to brush it off and walk away. But another part of him, the tired part, didn't have the energy to pretend anymore. He sighed. Just a rough day, he admitted. The man nodded like he understood. Yeah, he said, I've had a few of those. A conversation that meant everything. They stood there for a moment in silence. Then the man spoke again. You know, people think life falls apart all at once, he said, but most of the time, it's quiet, slow, like little cracks you don't notice until one day, it feels like everything's breaking. Jake looked at him, surprised. That was exactly how it felt. Yeah, Jake said softly, that's exactly it. The man smiled a little. Mind if I tell you something? He asked. Jake shrugged. Sure. The story within the story. I used to think I had everything figured out. The man began. Good job, family, plans for the future. He paused, looking down at his basket. Then 1 year. I lost my job, my marriage fell apart, and I had no idea who I was anymore. Jake listened carefully. The man wasn't rushing. He wasn't trying to impress. He was just real. I remember sitting in my car one day, the man continued, feeling exactly like you look right now, like I was stuck, like I was failing at life. Jake swallowed. That hit close. So what did you do? Jake asked quietly. The man smiled again, but this time, it felt different. Softer. Honest. I didn't fix everything overnight, he said. That's the truth no one likes to hear. Jake let out a small breath. Yeah. I figured. But I did one thing, the man said. The small thing that changed everything. I started showing up, he said. Jake frowned slightly. What do you mean? I mean, even when I didn't feel like it, I showed up, one small thing at a time. Some days, that meant just getting out of bed. Some days, it meant making a phone call I'd been avoiding. Some days, it just meant not giving up. Jake looked down at the floor. That sounded doable. Not easy, but possible. A different way to see it. You don't need to have everything figured out right now, the man continued. You're not behind. You're just in a different part of the story. Jake let those words sink in. A different part of the story. Not the end. Just a chapter. I know it feels heavy, the man said, but heavy doesn't mean permanent. Jake felt something shift inside him. Not a big, dramatic change. Just a little space where the weight felt slightly lighter. The moment that stayed with him, the man checked his watch. Well, I should get going, he said. Jake nodded. Hey, the man added, you're doing better than you think. Jake almost laughed. I don't feel like it. Yeah, the man said. Most people don't when they're in the middle of it. He gave Jake a small nod and walked away. Just like that. No big speech. No dramatic ending. Just gone. What changed? Even if it didn't look like it, Jake stood there for a moment. The store was still the same. People were still shopping. Nothing around him had changed. But something inside him had. He picked up the milk again. This time, his hands felt steady. He grabbed the rest of the items he needed and headed to the checkout. No rush. No panic. Just moving forward. Back in the car, Jake sat in his car again. Same seat. Same steering wheel. Same life. But it didn't feel exactly the same. He pulled out his phone. Instead of ignoring the messages, he opened one. Just one. He didn't solve everything. He didn't suddenly fix his life. But he took one small step. And for the first time in a while, that felt like enough. The truth we all forget. Life doesn't always fall apart in big, obvious ways. Sometimes, it's quiet. Sometimes, it's slow. Sometimes, it just feels like you're carrying more than you can handle. But here's the truth. You don't have to carry it all at once. You just have to keep going. One small step. One moment. One day at a time. Ending line, perfect for voiceover impact. And maybe, just maybe, you're not as lost as you think. You're just still becoming the person you're meant to be.